Hey, what is up, guys? What is going on? Let me get my phone ready so I can look at some stats here. But before I get started, if you're new to the channel, you just found me, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, click all notifications, give the video a thumbs up. Really helps the channel out because we do live streams on here, videos, sports, whatnot. All right, so this video is going to be about the LSU Tigers and the Kentucky Wildcats as they have a game this Saturday night up there. It's coming Saturday, coming up in Lexington, Kentucky, and it's going to be a night game on SEC Network. Hopefully, I'll be live for that one. Hopefully, I can be live for that game. But yeah, so Kentucky comes in undefeated. They're 5-0. They have wins against Louisiana Monroe, Missouri, Chattanooga, South Carolina, and then they won last week against Florida at home. First time they beat Florida at home since 1986. So, look, Kentucky has the third best defense in the SEC. So this is going to be a tough game for LSU. Really is. LSU is very, very inconsistent. 3-2 in the season. Opened up with a loss against UCLA, which was a horrible loss. UCLA is not that good. LSU has much more talent than they do, but you got to give credit to the team that wins the football game. And then they had wins against McNeese State, Central Michigan, and then Mississippi State. Now, Mississippi State did go on the road and beat Texas A&M, so maybe they're not as bad. Maybe Mississippi State's not as bad as they were last year, but they're still not. Mississippi State's still a middle of the road SEC football school. So I'm not going to really I really didn't pound my chest when they beat Mississippi State last week. Just they won, which they should have won. But anyway, let's get to the game last week. A little recap of the game last week against Auburn. Yeah, LSU couldn't run the football. Had 11 yards rushing. I don't know, my post-game video I said 30 something, but they must have at the end of the game took some sack yards away. LSU ended up with 11 yards rushing last week. So I'll say it again. If LSU does not run the football, they're not winning this football game. I don't care who they play the rest of the year. They're not going to win the football game if they're not going to win the football game if they can't run the football. It's been a problem all year long. Orgeron, it's on me. It's on me. I got to get better. It's gonna get fixed. Blah, 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 whatever, dude. I'm tired of coach speak when teams are struggling, because you ever notice when coaches are struggling and they can't win football games, they just repeat the same things over and over and over and over again. Doesn't matter what sport it is. It's just that when they have no answers to the problem, they just repeat the same thing over and over again. No, we got to get better. I got to coach better. We got to coach better as a staff. Blah 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 blah. And we're 5 games in. Look, LSU, they are what they are right now. They're just a poorly coached football team, and they're going to be a poorly coached football team until they get a new staff in here. Hopefully next year in 2022. But look, this is a winnable game. This is a winnable game for LSU. I mean, Kentucky's not. I mean, they're not Alabama. They're not Georgia. They're not that much better than LSU. But LSU's just such a poorly coached team, and Kentucky's very well coached. They're undefeated for a reason. I know they didn't have a hiccup like LSU against UCLA. They didn't have one of those hiccups. But like I said, I just don't understand some of the play calling by LSU. They just did not want to run. They just did not commit to running the football last week. It's like they said, well, we can't run the football, so we're just going to throw it, 50 times a game, which you can't do. I mean, you have to run the football in the SEC. That's a reason why Mike Leach will never win a championship. Because our teams, I shouldn't single him out. Teams that are just one-dimensional, throwing the football all the time, are not going to win championships. I just mentioned him because he's in the SEC. But I just have a hard time seeing LSU win this football game. I hate being a pessimist, but I gotta be real here. Um, LSU's offensive line can't block. They can't pass block. They can't run block. No, Max Johnson was getting like, he gets pressure almost every single play, even when he's throwing the football. Um, the center position has been a disaster. Nothing against Liam Shanahan, but why are we starting a transfer from Harvard? I mean, nothing against him. Look, he transferred here. I mean, he probably really didn't think he was going to play. But he's thrusting in action because we have nobody at the center position that can play at SEC level, which is very, very alarming because that our coaching staff could not go out and recruit offensive linemen. Just pathetic, pathetic. So nothing against him. I mean, you are what you are. I mean, you can't change your skill set. But if he's the best option we have at center, then that's a problem. That's a problem in coaching. It's a problem in coaching, development, and then talent evaluation, and then also recruiting. It's just mind-boggling that LSU's offensive line is so horrible this year. Now, yeah, no they weren't great last year, but they definitely weren't this bad. I mean, was Steve Esmiger did he just call better plays to make them look better? I don't know, probably so. But Jake Peetz is not getting it done. Which what do you expect? He's in his first year starting as the OC. So what do you expect him to be? He's not going to be a lights. He's not going to be all of a sudden going to be an elite coordinator when he hasn't done it before. So I'm just rambling on and on. But Tigers in Kentucky, Lexington, from Lexington this Saturday, and I think this. I got a bad feeling that LSU's going to come out and they're going to come out flat, and I think they're going to get blown out. I can see LSU getting really blown out in this football game, and maybe he'll get shown the door if they get blown out. If they get blown out on the road in a 3-3. I mean, why wouldn't he? We fired Les Miles when he was 2-2, so why can't we fire Ed Orgeron if he goes 3-3? He needs to be held to the same standards as Les Miles did. You don't win, you get fired. You don't get a chance to finish the year and to see if you can fix the problem when you can't fix the problem. Have a good one, guys. Go Tigers as always, but I got a bad feeling about the game Saturday night. I think this is a game. I think this is going to be the game that's going to get Orgeron fired. Just my opinion. But have a good one. Go Tigers.